Hello and welcome to this Friday's coffee vlog. Now the 10th of July, and giving you a bit of a change of route just to vary things up a bit. And I'm also expecting this to be a bit of a longer journey, so it'll give me a chance to try and get through everything I want to get through, which is quite a lot really. It's been another testing week. 2015 continues its damnedest to try and break me. It does. Jeez, like Piccadilly. Give him a chance. Really can't chuff and see stuff coming up, down, left, right, or anything. No, don't mind me, I'm just waiting to get out, that's all. Freedom. So yes, it's been another trialling week, it really has. Quite a lot of things I want to try and get to, or through, should I say, but possibly not going to, mainly because I'll probably forget while I'm trying to concentrate on driving. But we'll give it a go anyway. So yeah, been a bit of a hectic week. I'll perhaps get onto that later. Good news for me was, somewhat later than expected, iOS 9 Beta 3 finally came out on Wednesday night, of all nights. I don't think anyone expected that. You kind of expected Monday, didn't turn up. Kind of expected it Tuesday then, because they did Tuesday for the Beta 2 for whatever reason. Still didn't turn up. And then completely oblivious, apart from I was checking through Twitter while setting up something else, a media streaming box as it happens, and saw Beta 3 was out. I was like, what's that doing out now? So all of a sudden Wednesday evening I was away updating the phone, which didn't take too long, wasn't too much hassle, and then updated the watch, which takes forever. They really could do with sorting some sort of, oh, what's that? I've just achieved my movement goal from moving in a car. Nice one. Yeah. So the watch just takes forever to update. You've got to download the update, which by all accounts is only about 360 megabytes or something. But I don't know if it's downloading it to the phone and then transfers it to the watch, or if it downloads it straight to the watch, or what it does. But it seems to take forever, and then it has to unpack it on the watch, then the watch just spends ages doing a restart sort of thing, and you're thinking, oh, God. So after a while, the watch rebooted as well. What's new? I've not really had much of a play with the iOS 9 on the phone. I mean, since Beta 2, it's been a lot better as far as battery goes. Beta 3 seems to continue that, really getting fantastic battery life out of it. The new, I've not had a look at the new news thingy, because you've got to basically say you're in, change your settings to be America, because it's only out in America at the moment, to get that to put up, and I can't be bothered faffing about with that, so that's not had a look at that. But the big thing, of course, for me on the phone was finally got the Apple Music update, so I could give that a try. So yeah, that was good. Finally got that, doing my trial for however long, to see if I'll keep hold of it. Wasn't very sure what it was in the first place, not entirely sure I'm any the wiser now. Just seem to be able to listen to lots of music. But the good news was I did manage to find that they've got like playlists, sort of pre-crafted ones for different genres and bits and pieces. So it has been good for driving, because I've just been able to select a playlist and do it that way, rather than you know, choosing individual tracks for driving isn't great. I don't tend to get a chance to listen to music any other time than driving, so I could do with probably spending a bit of time trying to now. Actually, I've got some wireless earpods that have turned up that Bob Bell reviewed, and I thought they look great. I'm going to give them a try, because I've been wanting something other than earpods, and especially on a night, if I'm on my laptop, I've normally plugged into the earpods, because everyone else moans if I've got the sound on the computer, so, you know, disturbing them from watching the telly, whatever rubbish they have on. So I picked up, I want some Bluetooth ones, because although the earpods are great, if you've got to connect them to your laptop, it's kind of, you're going to take them off to go and do anything else. You want to get something, go to loo or whatever else, and then put them back on again, and faffing about. So I thought I'll try these Bluetooth ones that Bob had reviewed, because they look good, and it was just like a cable between them and a little tiny sort of power brick bit, so they look pretty nice and tight. So I'm going to give those first try tonight. But yes, Apple Music on the whole seems so pretty good so far. Been listening, the streaming has been going perfect in the car, so no issues there. Will it be worth 10 quid a month, 120 quid a year? I'm not sure. I mean, it should be. I was never a big buyer of music per se. I wasn't, so I'm not sure if it's going to change my attitude as music goes. I suppose I'll just wait and see. But you know, probably my album spend would only be about 50 quid a year if it was that. So I would be spending more per year. But then again, I don't, you know, I don't buy much music, because I only get, you know, if it's an artist that releases something that I really, really like, then I'd get that. If you know, I get asked by the family for something, like the eldest tends to like his Now, that's what I call music for different things. I occasionally get those, so don't often buy that much music, but you know, maybe if I don't have to buy it because it's all there available via Apple Music. I'm not entirely sure if that's the point of Apple Music, because I don't see how the artists are getting the money back, really. But I don't suppose I'm meant to understand stuff like that, really. But so I'll see, you know, see if there's enough range of new stuff, because I've been listening to created playlists, so there is stuff already that I've heard before and probably have in my own music library previously, but there's also new stuff that I've not heard before, and it makes for a bit more interesting listening, shall we say. So I'm going to give that a go, Apple Music, and see how we get on with that. I've not listened much to the Beats one, so I don't know. Obviously it's just sort of radio and stuff played randomly and whatever else, so I might have to try and dip in a few times and see what's on, but I'm not giving that much a try. As far as the watch goes, new WatchOS 2 Beta 3, seems to be further improvements and stability. Battery life seems a bit better. I'm still kind of rebooting it, taking it off charge, but the last couple of mornings it has been 100% and then 100% once it's booted back up again, so maybe that bug has been squished. New bug has been introduced that my timers and alarm on the watch don't issue any vibration or sounds when they did before on Beta 2. So I'm not sure quite what's happened there. But I do, when I first updated to iOS 9, that took out all my mail notification sounds, which continued onto the WatchOS 2 Beta. When I put that on, I thought maybe it would clear it up. And what resolved that in the end was setting the watch up as new. So I'm now wondering, should I set the watch up as new again? And that'll perhaps resolve the timers, but actually I don't use them that much at the moment. Ironically, the day yesterday when I was roasting quite a bit of coffee, and I used it the most because I used the timer to indicate the time span when I need to go and check for the end of the coffee roasting so I don't burn it. And yes, that was when I discovered that it wasn't actually issuing any noises, which is a bit annoying, because you then only know your timer's done when you get another notification and you look and then you see timer done there. So motorbike. So yes, other than that, I don't know, I put some third-party apps on, added some extra ones. It doesn't seem to be causing too much more battery drain, so maybe they're getting a bit more further forward. I'd like to see these third-party complications popping up now, but I suppose we're not going to see them in release apps until pretty much, you know, it's been released, WatchOS 2, so it could be that's just not going to appear. I've not really had a look at other faces at the moment since I put it on, so I don't know if there's any changes to faces. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, on the whole, it seems to be running okay now, pretty smoothly. That timer niggle's a bit of a pain, but that's not too much of a hardship. Everything else is coming through fine, notifications and everything else. I'll admit, I'm quite impressed with the Siri on the watch. It always understands me in a way the phone Siri never could. So I don't know if they've improved it or if it's the fact that the microphone is nearer, because when you're using phone Siri you tend to have your phone down somewhere out the way, or I used it in the car, it's over the Bluetooth, and I don't know if there's just too much interference for it running through the Bluetooth sort of speaker system and microphone. So but on the watch, because it's independent, obviously when you invoke the watch Siri in the car, it runs from the watch itself and uses its mic. So aside from the fact it doesn't disrupt whatever's playing as far as music wise or whatever through the phone, it does seem to listen better, and it is very good if you need to sort of, you sat in traffic, I was last week, sat in traffic, and I got a message through that I could do with replying to and not waiting until I got back where I was getting to. So I was able to use Watch Siri to dictate the message, and it got it spot on first time. The only minor niggle was at the end I said send, because I thought that would make it send it, and apparently it doesn't. You actually do have to press the done button on the watch for it to then send it through. So, but other than that, it picked it up fine, and I kind of use the Watch Siri for looking at music as well. The music app on the watch is fantastic for going through your own playlists and picking music out. That's been a big godsend for me, because of course I've had lots of troubles with the phone not picking up from where it left off as far as music, which is annoying, and then or you know, go in and it should start when I set off driving and it doesn't do, and then you're kind of stuck. Yeah, you can just nip through if you stopped at lights or whatever on the watch and go through your playlist to find something to play. Or like I say as well, Watch Siri is really good to just invoke and say play music by particular artists or genres, and it'll pick that up and play it as well. So been generally very impressed with that sort of ability to use Siri through the watch, and it's working a lot better than it ever did on the phone for me. But I think maybe the whole idea, if I'm getting my phone out of my pocket, I may as well just use the phone as opposed to pressing the home button and getting Siri up and then talking into the phone that I've always now got a hold of. Whereas when you're using it on the watch, that sort of issue is gone, isn't it? You hold the watch up, press the side of it, you get Siri, and you can tell it to do something, and it does it. So it saves a lot of time and effort that way. So yeah, generally the new beta's pretty good, and also
public betas are now out for El Capitan as well as iOS 10.9. So anyone wanting to fancy a public go on the beta, I've not double checked all the apps with iOS 9, but pretty much everything was working fine as far as I could tell, so shouldn't be any issues there. And yeah, so that pretty much was that. Now I picked up, and I mentioned earlier, Wednesday arrived. Been keeping an eye on a while these media streaming boxes, which seem to be running on a sort of Android variation, or Android TV variation anyway, and then base, and then run this Kodi, which is like a media streaming service type app that runs on Android. So I've been keeping an eye on this. There's various people I follow on Twitter seem to be go into these sort of things, and various different box implementations to get them to run. So I picked a particular box up. This is coming from America, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it seems to be. It's got 2 GB of RAM, 8 GB of flash storage to run basically the Android OS and related plugins and whatever else. Then you've got a couple of USB ports and a mini SD card port, and yeah, it's pretty good actually. I've been quite enjoying it. Obviously, primarily these are used for streaming media across the internet. You can use the full Android side as like a mini computer on your TV, as it were. But it's pretty good, and I think it's going to be high carbon skins available as well, so it's going to be something that will probably be able to sort of colour match to your mood again. It's only a little bigger than an Apple TV box, considerably lighter, but then again the power brick is separate, and then obviously you can just plug in HDMI cable to your TV, Ethernet wired internet, or you can also do wireless. I've been doing it wirelessly upstairs through the bedroom TV, and yeah, the streaming was flawless still. What streams I've tried. So yeah, it's a pretty good little box really. They're quite handy if you've not got a smart TV or whatever. Obviously I've got Apple TV already, but I'm going to give this a try and just have a look at it and see if it's something I can do something with in the future via Phone Maniac. And been quite impressed. Yeah, it's quite a nice little thing. It comes with it's got like a single hand remote, but it's also got this keyboard with built-in touchpad, which is only a tiny little thing in reality really. It's about the size of your 2 hands held together, but it does do a great job. This little keypad, you can type in whatever you need to do, use the little touchpad to move the mouse about, and yeah, it works really well, dead easy, and yeah, it's been good. I've been giving it a try and quite impressed with it, so probably do some sort of review on that at some point when I get a chance and figure out what I'm going to do with it, but for now it's pretty good. Right, that's probably the end of part 1. There may be a part 2, may not be a part 2, but otherwise have a good weekend and I'll see you later.